So, I mean, should we call you like the cover queen at this point with how many playlist covers you're on?
Cover girl.
How does that happen?
Just the genuine support from the platform.
Do they ask you for a certain picture? Or do they just like choose one?
It just popped up. Like I didn't even realize it.
No.
They just did it.
Yeah. Like my manager sent me like a screenshot of something on the Spotify and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, maybe it's like that because that's the picture on my Spotify. So I went to the regular Spotify app and typed in the playlist and saw my face.
Welcoming in on the One More Time podcast, winner of season 3 of American Idol, it's Fantasia in the building.
Fantasia.
Oh my God.
That's fucking crazy.
Can you believe we got Fantasia?
Bro, I didn't know she was still making music, to be honest, but I'm glad you got her on the pod.
Listen, this is what we do at the One More Time podcast.
We have a dear friend of the One More Time podcast, Newark, New Jersey's finest. We got the artist.
Yes, we
Not just any artist.
The
artist.
The fucking artist.
And don't forget the money sign is the S.
That's
right, just in case you're tripping.
How is that with, do you ever have to like tell people how to type that in on Spotify or whatever?
Yeah, I do, but like there's a thing where like even if they type it without the dollar sign, they just put an S. Like,
you show up?
I'll still show up.
Oh, beautiful.
So that's a blessing.
That is such a blessing. Dude, imagine if you had to type in the dollar sign.
Dude.
It'd be tough.
I don't want to live in a world where we have to type the dollar sign.
Me neither.
I want ASAP Rocky to show up with the S.
Yeah.
And I want the artist to show up with the fucking S.
Facts.
Right.
Oh my God. All right. So I wanted to talk to you about and just kick this off with like, how are we feeling about the state of R&B right now?
I'm feeling great about it. There's a lot of new R&B acts on the rise that's going crazy. And I just feel like there's so many like magnitudes of R&B right now. Like, you got the upbeat R&B, and you got the painful R&B, and you got the 2000s R&B coming back. So it's just a lot going on with R&B right now. I'm so proud to be a part of it, and I just can't wait to see where it goes.
Because I'm not saying this, and Henry I don't think is saying this.
No, I'll say it.
There's some people out there.
It was a lull.
There's some people that are saying R&B is dead.
Right.
Well,
what do you say to those people? What do you say to those people?
As you can see, R&B is very much alive.
It's alive and well, motherfuckers.
It's alive.
Don't sleep on R&B.
Definitely not dead.
I was never an R&B fan, and I catch myself listening to more R&B in the last like year or two than I ever have in my life. I'm not even kidding.
Man, the real is starting to surface.
Yeah.
This is where the real feelings come from.
For sure. So we like to do like rapper drafts, right? I don't think we've ever done an R&B artist draft, but if you had to pick a team, a starting 5 of R&B artists, who's making the artist team?
Summer Walker. Usher.
Oh, sure.
Damn.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Sure.
I'm going Lauryn Hill.
Oh,
that's a tricky one. I feel like a lot of R&B artists could be classified.
they float.
as other things.
Yeah, for sure.
Teeter
you
back
could say
and
Michael
forth.
Jackson almost is R&B. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of
Yes.
Yeah.
For the last one, let's go with Mel. We're gonna go Chris Brown.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a fire team.
That is a good team.
I like that.
What about you? Do you have any additions?
Oh no, I don't feel qualified to.
Should we save this
to give my R&B artist draft right now?
No Luther, no Marvin, anything like that.
No. I mean, I've been tapped into her, as you know. It's like it's been pretty much playing all the time in the studio. But
I think the artist is on Ben's list. Seriously.
yeah, no, honestly,
Thank
you
man.
might
Absolutely.
be. Who's like the current queen and king of R&B though? Who's like who's at
Is
the
it
top
Jacquees
right now?
for real?
Is Jacquees? Because he claims that title. I don't know. I don't once again not qualified enough to tell him he's not. But who's the king and queen of R&B right now?
Well, the king of R&B, I'm going Usher.
Still.
Yeah.
Still. And he's like dropping again, and it's just like, bro.
Did he drop and we didn't know?
Yeah, he just dropped a song like 2 weeks ago.
How would we know?
How would we know if we didn't know?
Yeah, he's Usher,
He just dropped a song with Summer?
Summer and oh my God, who else is on that song? It's called Good Good. Summer Walker and you might know.
And 21 Savage?
Okay, yeah.
Really?
Thanks to my production assistant, Fame, in the building,
Shout out,
giving
Fame.
me all of the hints.
Yep.
She goes, 2-1. I was like, I don't know. I get the only thing I have is 21 Savage. It sounded weird though, right? It was like Summer Walker, Usher, and then she's
21.
signaling 21 Savage. Like
21.
Damn. So Usher is making a comeback.
Yeah. And the Queen.
Yeah, who's the queen?
Ooh.
Is it Summer?
Summer is crazy, but I'm not gonna give her the queen.
Oh, she doesn't mean it, Summer. She doesn't mean it.
Yeah, no, I love her, bro. She knows. She checked her DM. She knows.
Yes.
Queen, I'ma go right now. I'ma go SZA.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go SZA, but I'm not gonna lie.
God,
Victoria
she's my
Monet
queen.
is up there.
She's my queen.
Monet, yeah.
SZA is.
Victoria.
My wife catches me looking at SZA's page a little too hard sometimes.
Hey, man.
I'm just gonna
I look
admit
at her
it.
page too.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I love
judge me.
the comparisons of her to Future. She's like the female like toxic artist. You
Yeah.
know? Like, I love
I
that.
know. I know.
She's like an R&B Future.
Oh man. So what do you think that you know, this is your chance to pop your shit. Like, what do you think that you're bringing to the genre?
I think I'm bringing like just a sense of difference to the genre. I don't have like the typical R&B setup, you know, like I feel like I'm myself and like I have fun with my music. Like I don't structure my songs the way people would expect a song to be structured. Like I feel like I do what I want with it. And I feel like, you know, I feel like I'm bringing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not gonna lie. Your song structure, even with Chosen, who we were talking about, is like, you know, it's like my favorite song off the new project.
It really is.
Boss.
And
It really is.
Henry was like, "There's no beat drop." He's like, the beat doesn't ever end up drop. So like, I do feel like you're doing some unique things where it's almost going against the like technical. This song should be this way,
Right.
technically speaking, or something, which
And
is really cool.
It's not even on purpose. Like that's just how I feel. Like when I'm in the studio creating, that's just what I feel. It's what I want. It's how I want to work. But I'm
Yeah,
working on, you know, tapping into the things that people probably would expect to hear, but still having my own style with it.
God,
That's a big thing
We
right
just
there.
talked about this paradox of like being original, but yet like being familiar enough that us as consumers can
Still recognize.
know
and
what's
feel,
going
yeah.
on, and like, you know, if we're expecting it to be a certain way, sometimes if it's not that way, we're a little bit like thrown off.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
but it's like how much do you morph your sound to kind of fit that mold,
Yeah.
but still you still want to always maintain obviously your artistic integrity.
Absolutely.
You want to be yourself, but if you can, you know, be yourself this way as opposed to this way, and it will do this much better. Is that worth it? Kind
Yeah.
of thing. It's tough.
So as of the time that we're recording this, Archives has been out for 1 week.
Yep. 1 week today,
For 1
yo.
week.
1 week today, yo.
Go stream Archives.
Archives is the newest project from TheARTI T.
Yes.
And I mean, it's a phenomenal body of work. I'm
Thank
like
you.
super excited about it. Super proud of you guys for putting that
appreciate you.
project out. So walk us through some of the making of the project. Like, where did you record most of the songs? Like, tell us about kind of the actual making of it.
So majority of the songs were recorded in Miami. I did like a quick trip out there and I did 3 songs that's on the project.
Yep.
We did it in like a day and some change.
Oh wow.
And as I was just traveling like to different states, just handling some music business and stuff, I would get in the studio. And at the time I didn't like have it set, okay, I'm working on the project. I was just recording and singing the things that I was feeling at the time, the things I'm healing from and everything. So like couple months ago, maybe like 3-4 months ago, I decided, all right, let's do a project. So we just been mapping it out, and I've recorded so many songs this year.
How many?
I can't tell you. I don't even know. But like I've recorded in Miami, LA,
Over
Atlanta,
100?
France. I wouldn't say over 100.
But close to.
Enough.
Yeah.
I tell you that. I have enough for like 3 projects.
Okay.
Damn.
So
Full songs, like
full
done?
songs. Yeah, full
Damn.
songs. So as like the time was like coming down, I just like we were picking the songs and I was just basing it off like telling a story. Like so it starts with heartbreak and, you know, confusion, with frustrated love and sober. And you have beneficial, that kind of taps into like the toxic kind of thing.
Little
that, you know,
SZA-esque.
Yeah, you know. And then we go with you know, Love Out Loud and Fly You Out. Those are more
I like Fly You Out. That's one of my favorites.
like more
FYO.
upbeat feelings and just, you know, again, like I said, real experiences, by the way, every song. So
I was gonna ask how
Yeah.
much, because you know, artists, you know, you're artists, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay for you to be kind of like, you know, dramatizing stuff, like
Right.
you know,
Embellishing.
exaggerating, embellishing. But yeah, I was gonna ask if like these were all kind of based in reality.
nah, yeah, every song on the project is like based off real experience.
Wow.
Like I feel like as an R&B artist, like there's only but so much we can get away with. Like I feel like you kind of have to be real with it for people to feel it. Like
Yeah.
you can't just. I mean, you can make up stories stuff like that. Like that works too. But for me, I feel like I do best when I'm just be real, man. Just be you.
It's got to be easier to perform those not only live but also when you're recording them in the studio. It's got to be easier, right?
Like you just feel it, and it's just like it's just a different, like something different just comes over you, like the way you sing it, the way you're moving, the let's go, just let it record, let it go, you know what I'm saying? Like you just more locked in to me.
It seems like it's almost like instead of, oh, what should I say here? It's like what happened in this situation? Exactly. What actually just happened?
Yeah.
Right?
I would say the trickiest part is trying to make it rhyme sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
Like, damn, I went through that, but like, how can I make it rhyme with this word? You know?
Yeah.
This isn't like a biography novel, unfortunately, where you can just, spew out sentences. They do have to sometimes rhyme. That's how music is consumed a lot.
But not always.
No, for sure.
Helps.
For sure.
We were talking about Spodie Odie, Dopalicious. It's like a spoken word. Yeah, it looks like Spotty Odie for sure. But yeah, they're just like talking on the beat, and it's fire.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
How do they do that?
So one thing we talked about recently is which artist went to Kanye went to Italy, I think, to record his newest project.
I think he's there right now.
Or he's there right now, whatever. Who cares about Kanye? We're here with the artist. But the reason why we
love you, Kanye.
The reason why I wanted I don't know that we do much, but he's a legend. But so for us, one thing we want to talk about with you is like when you go to all these places to record, because obviously you're from New Jersey, you've got business partners here in Atlanta area, but you recorded a bunch in Miami, and you were saying like, obviously you recorded in France. Like how important is that, like recording in different environments for you?
The change of scenery. Like I'm real big on like emotions and stuff like that. So certain places put me in certain feelings and it take me back to certain things. So the traveling, I feel like, has really helped tremendously throughout this recording process. Like getting out of my old area, getting out of my comfort zone, most importantly, because personally, like I had a hard time at first recording with new people, but now it's like I don't care where I go, let's find a studio.
What? So were you nervous or like what do you mean? Or
I just felt like they don't know me. Who are these? I don't want to tell them my story. At first, that's how I was at first. But like I've gotten really comfortable with being vulnerable, and it got me here.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, we just said that how important that is to be creating outside of your like just mundane, regular, normal environment, right? Because I'm not saying you can't get inspired, and I'd love to get your take on how you do stay inspired when you are in like home base mode, right? Because you can't necessarily just fly all over the world all the time to record, especially as an independent artist. A lot of our audience is like independent artists and producers that are trying to, create with what they've got. So like, how do you find that inspiration and that creativity within you when you're just in your normal fucking routine,
Honestly, outside of like my regular inspirations, like, my family and just the people that I look up to as artists, like I feel like when I hear a good beat, that inspires me. Like I'm so big on that. Like I have to feel it for me to record on it. I'm not just gonna record over anything.
Yeah.
So like when I'm in the house just doing nothing and I'm listening to some beat packs and I feel something, I gotta go record.
Yeah.
I just feel like something has to be said. Like, you hear this? That's how I feel. Like something has to be said.
I have a question for you. This is a big thing about like artists these days. I feel like in modern times, will hear a beat and like it, but if they don't immediately start writing or start recording to it, artists will get the beat becomes stale to them so fast.
Right.
So like, are you able to kind of like, if you like a beat, kind of sit with it longer, or are you the type that you need to like get something out immediately?
I'm a little impatient sometimes. I like to get right to it. But I've had moments where I've had a beat and I've had, I've felt good about it and I started saying things over it, but then maybe tomorrow my mood isn't the same. So the beat doesn't feel the same. Another beat.
That exactly. It hit you in that moment, in that time, and you were feeling it then, and you might play it tomorrow and it doesn't feel the same.
So lately what I've been doing, I've just been going to the studio. Like even if I get a beat pack right now, I'll listen a little bit.
But you wait till you're in the studio. There's a microphone right here, and it's like, play the beat. I like that. Record.
I wait until I'm in the studio. This way here, I'm not overthinking it. I'm not, I'm just there. I'm just in my creative space and nothing.
Bro, that's the vibe now. Like no one's fucking, okay, this is the beat. Next week I'm going to write to it. Next week I'm going to record to it. There's no more of that. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think just me, once again, not as the creative here in this circle, is like, I think the reason is because as a consumer, the vibe that you're setting and the emotion and the feeling and the passion and the vulnerability, to your point, that's coming through the record, that's almost more important than like writing the perfect song.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if you hear something, you could technically like listen to it in your headphones and write it and then wait till you go to the studio next time and you sing your ass off, whatever, right? But it's not going to be the same. Right. As like, if you hear that shit and it hits you a certain way, that you can deliver that like vocal performance that has that passion and that has that like that, you know, intimacy and that vulnerability, that's what we crave as listeners.
Right.
That's gonna just hit different every fucking time.
But you're sacrificing the crazy like writing you could do, the technical, like if you really spent a bunch of time to like craft the perfect song, you sacrifice that. So it's like, which one's more important?
The way that I work, like, so I write my songs after the fact. So I'll go in and I'll get melodies, I'll start putting words, and then I'll write my song like that. Like,
but that's how I work. But that same session?
Yeah.
You do like mumble tracks? Or you just freestyle melodies kind of without words?
It all depends. Like I've had times where I go in there and do little mumbles, but lately it's been like I'm freestyling melodies and words. Like I know what the beat is making me feel, so I'm saying a few words that I'm feeling. Then I'll go back and like, okay, I got a story for this. Yeah. This happened to me. It's easy. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And I knock it out.
Yeah. I like that.
But like, it's never like okay, I go in the studio, did a song, okay, the song is done. Nah, like I'll record it, it sounds great, I'll go and sit, you know, okay, this could sound a bit better, I could be a little more lyrical here, you know, so it all depends on how I'm feeling. Like I don't.
It sounds like that's a good hybrid of like, you're getting the emotion and the feeling of the first listen, but you're also getting the like, the editing and the making it better of like not just freestyling a whole song and it makes no sense.
Yeah, for sure.
You kind of get the best of both worlds that way.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm always curious though, like some of these songs have really deep meanings and like they're stories that you've experienced. There's shit that you've been through, you know what I mean? So like, have you ever like, I don't know, this sounds weird, but like, have you ever like fucking like teared up or gotten mad or like, you know what I mean?
Yo,
like,
there's one time I made a song. Not only did I cry, but the engineer cried, my manager cried.
Oh,
like
shit.
we were in the studio crying.
Oh shit.
Dude, seriously, that's what I'm like thinking. I'm like, dude, if they're real stories and then the music is with it and it inspired you to tell that story through the song, I can only imagine that you're going to start like reliving all of that emotion, whether it's, once again, you know, sadness, happiness, like, you know, scared, whatever emotion it is that you're confused, you know, all of that stuff that you're kind of crafting in the song. Like I can only imagine that it's going to pour out a little bit, you know? That's crazy.
I've teared up in one session in my life. Shout out East Ridge.
I think I know this session. Yeah.
Shout out East Ridge. It was one of the Rich mixes.
Yeah. Damn, man. That's crazy.
Sometimes you just,
that's amazing. Right. So who did you work with throughout the creation of this, you know, archives project?
One of the biggest people I worked with throughout this process is Troy Taylor.
The
legendary.
Yes. For those that aren't familiar.
Oh, Troy Taylor, he is a legend, y'all. If y'all know Trey songs, then y'all should know Troy Taylor.
Right.
Okay. Just put it to you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. He worked with like everybody, like Patti LaBelle, Aretha Franklin, like everybody.
What was it about working with him, other than, of course, the accolades? Of course, he's talented, right? But like, point to something else maybe that you learned or that you know, kind of like embraced through the creative process, you know, with Troy.
We like giving our listeners game. So like putting people on game.
Because obviously, working with someone that's got platinum records and got Grammy noms or whatever it is, all the accolades that Troy has, right? But like for you specifically, kind of what did you take away from that?
For one, him being there, like he didn't even mention anything. Like if anybody didn't know him in there or whatever, he didn't make it known who he was. And I respected that a lot. And another thing too is he remained himself while not trying to alter who I was while we were there. Like he allowed me to be myself while still teaching me as we're recording. Like he's teaching me new ways to place melodies here and there, and we got to make sure your ad libs are here. Let's record that 6 times so that, you know, like it was just so many things I learned. And I was a little nervous at first, like watching videos, like it looked like he could be a little aggressive or whatever, but like that's his passion.
He's passionate. And
he literally wants me to win. Like he wants me to win. Like,
God, you need those people around.
I'm so blessed that I met him.
You need
Like,
those
it's
people.
insane.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man. Because I mean, I just was talking about this on a Instagram live or something with our audience. It's like, man, if you can find someone who wants this as bad for you, almost as bad as you should want it yourself, like that's the most beautiful fucking thing. It's like
Shout out,
when
yeah,
I found, you know, Henry, it was literally like, you know, just perfect chemistry as far as like, I wanted him to win with whatever it is that, you know, he had going on with his producer engineer career. And then it was like, when I started working with some artists and shit, he was like, you know, giving free sessions to my artists and free beats and all this free mixes and all this shit to like help me win. Then we started this podcast together and it was like, yo, we're just pushing each other and
Sound
shit.
like me and Fame.
Yes, yes. Shout out to Fame
Absolutely.
Combs in the
shout out to-
building.
shout out to Fame.
A One More Time alumni. One of my favorite interviews, probably because she's actually one of the only people I'm friends with in this music industry shit. But that's fine because she's a fucking
It's a great
hustler.
friend to have.
And oh my God, I love
Very
her.
good.
Speaking of people that want you to win and like wants me to win, and
yeah.
oh my God, that it's almost so obvious to me when you meet someone like that, you can't help but also want them to win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
What?
like that's the part about
That's
it.
the whole
It's
thing.
like-
It's like if you are getting someone's corner, they're naturally like the more you give, man, it really comes back.
It really does.
It comes back to you.
For the people you want to be surrounded by, you know?
Yes.
The people that are just shitheads, like that's not going to come around.
Choose your people.
No, and it's fine, but it's just like there is something about that where it's like it's a two-way street for people that like actually mean something to you. And like there's a reason why Fame was like I mean, we interviewed her a long time ago, it feels like at this point.
On the pool table.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out the fucking pool table, the
still
podcast
still in the
table.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben called it a podcast table. As if people wouldn't notice it was a pool table.
Yeah, there was pockets in the side and balls laying around and cue sticks and shit. But no, I mean, you know, the fact that like it was a no-brainer for me to be like, oh my God, like I love this new artist that you're working with, and like to get you on the podcast is awesome. So appreciate you coming on.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
absolutely.
y'all.
So I think that what's been so fun to watch as once again just like a third party here to this whole rollout is like all the different things that have been involved with releasing this project.
Right.
You guys have done an incredible job. I mean, something we talk about all the time is like the music is one thing, but the way that you're rolling it out to your audience and to the public is just
Almost more important.
it's almost more important.
Yeah,
And I think
nah,
you guys are
literally it
like,
is.
and I think that you guys are really doing a great job. So I
Thank
just
you.
want to kind of walk through some of the components. So like,
And you came in here like posting an Instagram reel.
she literally dropped another piece of content right before we started about a visualizer video, I think that
Yep.
drops, for example.
Yep.
So that's just one component, right? So
Love that.
You mentioned maybe like 3 to 4 months before the project. Like how far in advance did you start actually planning to release this project?
If we're being honest,
Yeah.
like really honest,
Yes, let's
I'm
do
gonna
that.
say like a month.
Oh, it's a little bit shorter of a timeline than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks
like
very
impressive.
well planned.
But still, that's a good amount. Some people are 3 days, 2 days.
Yeah, when we knew we
I'm
wanted to
saying.
do it, like it was like, all right, well, we got to put our all. Like, there's no, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're not just gonna halfway do it or do it a little bit. Like, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, and so what does the planning phase look like? So obviously, you know, you've got your partner in crime, Fame, off camera here, and so like, what are y'all doing when you decide that you want to, you know, drop a project, right? What are those preparation sessions, those planning sessions? What do those look like?
Well, the music like is on me. Like my manager, she like, yo, get in the studio for me, do whatever it is you got to do. Like, she never really has any worries with me being in the studio. But as far as like content and creating content, like the resources that we've been blessed to have, like we've been planning things out. I'm flying to Atlanta to shoot content, you know, by people that my management went and found for me and stuff like that. So that's kind of how it goes. Like my manager, she gets deep dives into things, into certain people. We say, okay, they'll be good for the brand. They'll be good for the business. All right, let's see how we can figure out a way to help amplify what we got going on.
The One More Time podcast will be good for the rollout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Literally.
absolutely. I mean, this is going to send you straight to the Grammys. But I think like, you know, even looking at release week, I think the mantra was like, we sip,
Yeah.
I'm going to do it injustice. What was it?
On
sound
Wednesday we
Shut
sing.
up, Henry. Jesus.
On
Okay.
Wednesday we sing.
Yep.
Thursday we paint.
Yep.
Friday we stream.
Yep.
And Saturday we drink.
Yes.
So we had the opportunity to perform at SOBs.
Looked so fucking legendary.
Yes, it was crazy. I'm still not over. I would never get over it.
Smith's?
No, not Smith's Old Bar. That's here in Atlanta. SOBs here. This is New York's SOBs, bro.
Sorry.
The fucking legendary SOBs. I mean, shout out to Smith's Old Bar here in Atlanta.
Smith's Old Bar is legendary to me.
But
I'm born and raised here.
But like, no, dude. Like, it's not the same.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I'm learning.
I'm sorry.
I'm learning here
That
too.
was beautiful. That was a
Yeah. We'll
beautiful
talk
time.
about that as soon as you get, kind of wrap up this rollout for the week.
Thursday, I did my own like paint and sip.
Yes.
To play off the artist part of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I invited people to come. It was a beautiful turnout for that too.
Nice.
Beautiful turn. People came out. They painted.
Wine.
They listened to the project first.
Ooh.
They got a chance to listen to the project.
Yes.
And, we had, we shared some champagne together, and we had a good time. It turned into a little party. So
Yeah,
that was fun.
sure.
Friday the project came out.
Yep.
Stream.
Yes, stream.
No other activities planned besides you
Yep.
streaming on
Go
your
stream the
fucking
music.
phone.
Yes,
Yes.
every platform.
You got an old
literally.
phone in your drawer, pull it out and put it on repeat.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then Saturday we had like a hosting at a club in New Jersey, at like a lounge in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And people pulled up for that too. We listened to more songs from the project there, and we just celebrated,
Yeah.
raised the glass.
Celebrating, but still streaming the project also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
On repeat in my pocket.
Yeah. I just
Is it playing right now in your pocket?
No, it's not playing.
I've got it playing right here.
Yeah.
No, I just think that, there's been so much to this rollout. I mean, you've done, interviews, you've done, live performance videos, you've done music videos, you've done, visualizers, you've done live events, you've done all sorts of things. And I just think that even looking at her release week, everyone out there, like looking at even just the release week of that, like, back to back to back, like events and things that really just provide that like experience for us. Like, we got to remember this for some reason. And I mean, you're competing with the Summers and the freaking,
a lot of
the
big dogs
SZAs. I
out
mean,
there.
you're competing with all these folks. So it's like, if you can rally people around you because you're staying consistent and you're giving them unique things to connect with you on, like, that's what it's all about. Like, I just saw that schedule and I was like, yo, even the release week, which I know is just like scratching the surface of what y'all have done and even what's coming up,
Amen.
over the next few weeks. I was like, yo, every independent artist, like, yes, SOBs is legendary. So maybe if you can't get SOBs, you can find some place
Right.
to do a live show
Literally. Yeah.
to perform the album. So like, finding that type of venue, doing the paint and sip that fits in with your brand. If you're a skateboarder, do some skating, event. Whatever the fuck it is that you do and that you like and that your fans can
Use
relate
it.
to, use that shit.
Yeah.
It's right in front of you. Use it.
And then host a party at a lounge. I mean, that's pretty much the last thing
can
you
do
got.
that
I think everyone can do that.
Yeah, you can do that
There's
anywhere.
plenty of lounges looking for hosts. I mean,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So no, I just think like taking a page out of your playbook is just so important for these independent artists out there, because like you're doing this shit independent right now. Like no label, no paid promo, none of this, shit that a lot of
organic support, genuine support, a team that believes, supporters that believe.
yes.
Not
God.
paying Kai Cenat to like play it on stream and shit. Yeah.
So I do want to talk about the SOBs because even though Henry thinks it was for Smith's Old Bar, it was
Shout out
for
Smith's old fucking bar though.
yeah. I feel like I'm
care.
like throwing shade at Smith's Old Bar.
Yeah, chill
like
out,
if we ever want to do an event there, they're gonna be like, dude, we heard you talking shit and saying we weren't anything compared to the SOBs
I'll
in
make
New
the
York.
call. I'll make the call.
Yeah, can you call them, please? But no, I mean, for anyone that is in New York in our audience, they know SOBs. Anyone, honestly, I don't know why you don't know SOBs, but we're going to talk about that
I'll
later.
show you later.
Yeah, exactly. Right. What's like preparation for a show like that look like for you?
Man, I'm not gonna lie, that was like my first one with a band and everything. So so
That's different.
I'm having band rehearsals, things that, little mishaps coming up. So, there was things throwing us off a little bit, but, we stayed focused. Had like maybe 3 band practices prior.
Yeah. Rehearse, people.
Getting
Yeah.
the merch together. That we did that.
Oh God, that's a headache.
Right. We going over the set list. The set list is changing. We
Sure.
It was a lot of pressure, but I'm proud to say that I have people around me that we want it and we're focused. Like, we're locked in.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that has came our way that will slow us down or stop us,
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna take it and use it as another brick for the foundation that we're building. So
Brick by motherfucking brick.
amen, man.
That is the mantra we're living by around
get
here
that
too.
tatted.
I know. I'm gonna get it tatted too because I
brick.
literally have adopted that from Fame for sure. So
I feel like everybody has. Like people be commenting on my post now, brick by brick.
Yeah.
I know it's because they see
that exactly. That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna just get a brick of cocaine on my cheek.
Why? Why do we have to do this?
So we have matching bricks.
Not that brick, yo. Not for me.
We're talking about foundational bricks for long careers.
A brick of cocaine is a foundation. You start with a brick, you up it to a kilo. Like,
God.
or is that the same thing? I don't know. I don't sell cocaine. That was a joke. Sorry.
If the podcast doesn't work out, though, we know where Henry's going.
We got that clean
Henry,
shit.
y'all.
Call me.
Yeah. So do you get nervous before you go on stage?
Oh, every time.
Yeah. Like,
I'm really trying my best to work on it, but it's just like, you know what? I just deal with it.
yeah.
A few bathroom runs. If you get nervous, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
For sure. Hella bathroom runs.
Yeah.
But like once I get on stage and once I get the first word out, it's just like
you kind of black
let's do
out.
it.
You black out in the moment. Like you barely even remember doing it. Like
no.
remember all of it?
I do.
Does
I do.
it slow down? Is it the opposite?
What does it feel like?
It just like it's like an adrenaline that just pumps.
Yeah.
And it's like when I know my last song is coming up, I start to feel like a little sad because like man, I want to keep doing. I want to keep going. Like, I hope they say encore at the end, so I can keep going.
That's like a junkie on his last fucking, you know what I mean?
No, for real, I love it so much, man.
It's like you on Instagram Live. I want to stay on longer, but my son woke
But
up.
I'm tired and I have to wake up early because I have a child. No, I mean, just for me, we've talked about this before, but like, is there anything better than the crowd singing your lyrics?
No.
There can't be.
Yeah.
No, especially when like I go to cities. So like, shout out to my boy KB Mike. He had
KB
brought me
Mike.
out on his tour at first, and then he brought me out when he went on the Tink tour. And
Yes.
like, I was in cities that I've never been in, like Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm in Cleveland. I've never been there, and go and I perform, and like they're singing the song in the crowd, and it's just. I could have cried, but
Yes.
I'm waiting until I go to the Grammys to cry.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I cried yesterday on the podcast, but I mean, you know.
It happens, man.
Yeah.
It's just so beautiful, and it just like, wow, like, yeah, it's like more confirmation for me
Yeah.
that like,
Does it kind of make it real?
it
Like,
makes
oh,
it so real.
shit,
Like,
like-
yeah, it's just like,
You realize what you're doing because you
You're
just see a
doing it.
number on Spotify. You know, it doesn't really mean as much as
Yeah.
seeing the people like reacting.
No, I mean, for me, I've seen you before. I know you're a star.
Thank you.
I'm a fan, whatever,
Thank you,
right?
man.
But to see the SOB's footage, I'm talking lights up on the phones, everyone singing, everyone. This isn't like the select few that might have known you at the
this
Tink
is
and
people
KB.
I don't talking. People flew in from LA, Chicago. They're
But
driving hours away. I don't
For
know them.
you. For
It's
you.
so crazy. I'm so grateful. I'm so
Yeah,
blessed,
like
bro.
that's fucking crazy. So I
Actually,
just
gotta
like
got
go.
goosebumps. I
I
can
know,
see them.
no, I swear. That's literally amazing. So I mean, should we call you like the cover queen at this point with how many playlist covers you're on? I mean,
No,
like,
cover girl.
I mean, cover girl, yeah, cover queen. I don't know.
I think CoverGirl is taken
cover, yeah.
Yeah.
already.
Yeah. So
cover
like,
artist.
how does that happen? Like, realistically,
Just the genuine support from the platforms. Like
do they ask you for a certain picture? Or do they just like choose one? How does that work?
for Spotify, it just popped up. Like I didn't even realize it.
No.
They just did it.
Yeah. Like my manager sent me like a screenshot of something on the Spotify, and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, maybe it's like that because that's the picture on my Spotify. So
But
I went
no.
to the regular Spotify app and typed in the playlist and saw my face.
Wow.
I started going crazy. And then for another playlist, they reached out. They reached out to management, like, you know, we want to use her for the R&B playlist, send over some press photos, and just like, man, crazy,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
crazy.
The one that's the surprise one where you're just on there, that's fucking crazy. Like at least
no
you're prepared for the other one.
Like,
Yeah.
like nothing. Like if I would have never been paying attention, I would not know.
You might not have known. Like, why is this song streaming so well?
She goes and checks, like, probably because my face is on the fucking cover.
It's crazy.
You know, it's like cover photo, the artist.
Yeah.
How many editorials are we on right now?
20 or more.
Oh shit. Oh
Bro,
shit.
it's so crazy.
Oh shit.
Shit.
God, proud dad moment over here.
Settle
Oh
down,
my
pops.
God. I don't know. I guess I'm more like an uncle because I'm like, I'm just
Well, I'll
trying-
give you cousin.
I don't know, cousin, proud cousin.
Cousin Ben.
Yeah, cousin. Uncle Ben's rice.
Uncle Ben is nice.
So like
That's Spider-Man.
It is.
Uncle
What?
Ben, right?
Yeah,
I thought it was
Spider-Man's uncle.
I thought
Yeah,
it was
he's the one
guy
that said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Oh,
That's
I thought
Uncle
it was.
Ben.
I thought it was the guy with the rice. Uncle Ben's rice.
Who has the rice?
Like it's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
it
the
was Aunt
boxes of
Jemima,
rice?
and then it was Uncle Ben.
I don't
And
know.
Uncle Ben's right. Okay, well, y'all don't know what the fuck I'm talking about at this point.
All right.
So that's fun. So we talked about the release week, but like on release day, what's your mental state like?
Who's streaming? Like, I'm like, yo, are y'all streaming?
You're like checking the
Are we
stats and shit.
Not yet. I'm trying
Updating
to like be patient. I'm itching too though. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't wait to see. But yeah, release day is just like, all right, let's see, what are we gonna put out today on every platform to get them to keep streaming? That's really what it was like for me, and just like a anticipation thing, being that the week had already been going so great with the support and the love and the feedback from the people listening to the the project while it was unreleased, and the show turned out. So the release day, I'm just like, okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it like a weight off you a little bit? Like, do you feel like, you can breathe a little bit, or not even like now the work starts?
I felt like, let's see. Like, I feel like this, it's going to be like, this is the moment that, we've been working toward and for. And it's like, all right, we got to take this up. So release day, I'm just like, all right, what do we do next?
Right.
That's all.
It's really just another day.
Yeah.
Right.
And so obviously, when you're on Fresh Finds cover, other playlist covers and or just on the playlist in general, I mean, is it safe to assume that like maybe people started calling, labels saw that maybe
man.
hadn't seen before? I mean, like,
Or not even, maybe.
How
It's
did it
been
actually
more-
impact the business?
It's been more people coming back because we had a lot of calls and everything when Sober went viral the first time.
Okay.
But it's like they weren't believers for real at the time. It was just all about Sober. So now that
It's
they
like,
see
okay, cool,
everything
you
is
did
going-
one song.
Yeah, but now that they see what's
Sick.
going on, it's like, yeah, they're calling back.
Damn.
Hey, we're just following up. We'd like to-
Yeah, right. Literally.
This was in our junk folder. I don't
Yeah,
know how
how
we
are
missed
you?
this email.
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Damn. Okay, so how long before Archives dropped had the Sober video gone viral? And so for those that aren't familiar, you did a major stage performance
Yep.
of Sober, which is on the Archives project.
Yes, sir.
It went absolutely fucking bananas on the internet.
By the way, I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Because it looks like there's an artist named Major Stage.
no, it's a platform, dude.
Yeah, it's like a platform.
Yeah,
and
well,
they
there's an artist
for it.
page for it on Spotify.
I know, because it's just what we should be doing, probably.
Don't yell
It's
at me.
just-
I'm just trying to learn.
I'm just
it's
saying.
a platform, and when
do your fucking research, bro.
I'm on the podcast learning right now.
Damn.
so when the artists come on their platform, they'll drop the music that's recorded from the platform, like on a
Cool.
on the,
Yeah, it's just a genius
Yeah.
business model of like,
Kinda
let's
like how-
monetize this fucking thing that we just did.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
thought
so
it was-
we have to do that.
I thought it
by
was
the way.
weird that they were like a collab artist on the song.
I know it's smart.
I guess.
I mean, they're making
Yeah.
money off of it,
No, it's
probably, right? Like, I don't know I don't want to be in your pockets, but like, I'm assuming there's some sort of
Sam said,
something.
yeah, they're
there's some
capping a
sort of
little bit.
something going on. They don't just
Nah, for
let
sure,
that
for sure.
happen.
It's mutually beneficial.
Yeah, but okay, so how long before the project dropped did that go viral?
It started going viral in January, and
Okay.
honestly, it just stayed afloat. Like,
Yeah.
Just you still probably get people
Oh, yeah, all the time.
like it. Yeah.
yeah, they love that one.
That's what's nuts about a viral video. I'm not gonna lie. So we've had, we've been blessed to have several videos recently that have, done 6-7 figures or whatever.
It's great.
And it's amazing. And it's wild how long
It
they
keeps going.
last.
Yeah.
They last.
I'm like, how did they find? How is this popping up still?
It'll stop moving and then like, pop back up.
It'll
Like,
catch some new wave. Have you noticed that too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A few times.
It's like the platform pushes it out again randomly where you're like, well, why did y'all decide to do that? Or how did that
Right.
happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But we did talk about the whole viral thing. I don't know, Henry, if you want to like bring up what we were talking about off camera and just like get her perspective.
I
on
think
it.
it's interesting. The long and short of it is, a lot of people in recent times that go super uber viral tend to crash and burn. It tends to be a negative thing. And
Right.
we're taught to like make content that reaches the widest audience, and you want to go viral so the most people see your shit. But it's like, is that hurting people, or is it just exposing people that maybe
Right.
aren't quality? or is there good viral and bad viral? It's like, you know, do you want to go viral, right?
I mean, yeah, that's like always the goal, to reach, you know, the biggest audience you can. But like with my viral moment, like I said, thankfully, like I have the team that I have, because we didn't take that moment and just start acting crazy. No, we took it, we let it be what it was, and we started to make a plan. Like we started to plan for the future. We didn't just we didn't just drop a project right away because like, okay, they streaming this, they're gonna stream that. It's like we took our time, we stepped back, we appreciated all the love, and we kept, you know, the content going, and we just came up with a strategy.
Yeah.
Because like you said, you can crash and burn.
Yeah.
We're taking that moment and we're trying to maximize off of it. And I feel like it's doing great. Like a lot of people, they come and say, oh, found you from your sober video, but the song on your project resonates so much. I'm so happy I found you. That's what we want.
Conversions like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you feel
That's wild. I would have just jumped. I'm sorry. I would have just been like, drop the fucking project. We got 90 fucking songs. Let's go.
do you feel pressure like, oh shit, I need to go viral again? Like, is there any type of pressure like that, or are you good still just with the brick by brick?
Nah, I don't feel any pressure to go viral again.
That's
because
probably
ultimately
healthy.
I want them to love me.
Yes.
Not because I'm going viral, but because they love my work, they love me as a person, my personality, and I want them to come out to shows.
That's the biggest thing that these super viral people, they don't translate into selling tickets. They don't sell merch. They just have a stupid plays on one song, and it doesn't ever like result in anything substantial.
For me though, I'm trying to understand, like, I would assume all of the major stage live performances, they do tons, right? Like there's a lot of artists that come on here and on that platform, and I don't think that all of them do the numbers that you do. So like, can you look at the sober video that you did with them and point to like, why do you think that, you know?
I feel like, I don't know, man. Like a lot of people, they just, like the feedback I got is more about the song helping them heal and them resonating and just feeling like I made the song for them. I feel like that's why it went viral.
Yes.
Like then there was a lot of comments like, oh, you can sing, I love your voice, but I feel like it's just a balance of both. Like, and then God, man, like God's timing. Like I done dropped so many songs before.
Shout out God.
And the first time I'm like,
shout out God for sure.
For sure. And
Yeah,
the first
for
time
sure.
I'm like super vulnerable, like don't even care how the person will feel when they hear this, the person that like made me make the song. Like the moment I like stepped out of my comfort zone and really tapped into like the things I can do, that happened.
Do you mind explaining what the song is about, just for those that aren't familiar?
It's about a female that I dealt with in my life for some time who like literally played in my face. Like I thought we had something great. You know, that's what it looked like. You know, we all in love, meet the family. She met my family. We having fun. And then one day she hit me with I'm going to give my ex another chance. I'm like, whoa.
Ooh.
And then even after that, like, so the sober song comes at the after effect. So after all of that happened, and after I tried to forgive her for it, she came back thinking that she still had the same leadway that she had before with me, the same axis that she had before with me. And that's when the song came from. Like, I'll be damned if I just let you try to walk all over me. I'll be damned. Like, that's not happening again.
Damn.
So yeah, still got love for her though. Hope you're doing well.
I hope you're doing well.
but it's over.
Oh, far, yeah.
But like, don't come crawling back to the artist now that she's on playlist covers. I mean, I'm just saying. Everyone wants a playlist mama, you know what I'm saying?
Playlist mama.
Yeah, I just made that term up.
Crazy.
I don't know how I feel about that term I just made, but we did it nonetheless.
It's sitting okay with me so far.
So I we'll see how it ages at the end of the episode. So I think, you know, you've talked a lot about like the vulnerability, and I think that's what I related to most about Sober, and about honestly a lot of the songs on the project was that vulnerability. And you talked about this in, I think, a piece of content recently or a tweet. I don't remember where I found it, but like you did mention that like the vulnerability on these records is different and it's not the same that you've done before. But for me, I kind of dug back into your discography, and I mean, I feel like you've been doing that a little bit. I mean,
right.
You know, let's talk a little bit about like the song Dear Brother, because I found out about that song doing my research.
Facts.
Yeah. You know, rest in peace. Long live your brother. What was your brother's name? Jaleel?
Facts, yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Jaleel, because like when I found that this wasn't your first time really being vulnerable on a record.
Right.
I mean, you made a song that was paying homage to, you know, losing your sibling. And I mean,
even with that song, I feel like I could have dug a little deeper. But at the time I made that song, it was still kind of fresh, me losing him. So it was kind of hard to really tap in. But I went back and I got another song for him too.
Okay.
Probably be on the next one, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
so-
Yeah. Okay. So for you, even though from the outside looking in, it was a vulnerable song because it was about the subject it was about.
Right.
You even
Painful.
look at it still of like,
Yeah,
I didn't even scratch the surface.
Nah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like,
damn.
Like, yeah, so it's like, I was never like scared to talk about anything I went through, but it was just like getting to the nitty gritty parts, like the parts that'll make you choke up or tear.
Yeah.
It's like talking about the basic. Yeah, my brother died, you know,
Yeah.
but like not like we was this, that's my, you know, so, you know.
It was a bit more superficial of a like version of what was actually going on in your head. Like,
Yeah, it was
you didn't
like a-
pick
it
the
was like
scab
a-
of like,
Yeah.
You might not have even fully processed everything yet.
No, I don't think so. No.
how quickly did you make the song from when he had passed?
I made that song the following year. I made a song. I got like 3 songs from him. So the year he passed, I made one, but it's not like out nowhere. I still have it in my file somewhere. I'm actually gonna go play it and listen to the. So I made that one. Then I made one a year later, and then I made one this year. Beginning of this year, I made one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I mean, just talking about like, you know, crying in the studio. I just can't imagine what like I
really?
do. I just hear these like real life stories of stuff like that where artists are like pouring out real life. Just anyone that knows what it's like to lose a sibling. I mean, you know, I lost my aunt.
Right.
And it was to suicide, and it like fucked me up to the point of like
Yeah,
it
man,
really
it'll
changed
do
my life.
that.
So I can't even imagine like losing my sister or losing a parent or you know
Right.
losing a child, whatever. All these traumatic experiences. So like for art, I want to give artists their flowers when like they're putting out that art that
Yeah,
has
man, I
to do
appreciate
with
you.
because it's like
It's not easy at all.
no,
Yeah, I can't imagine it is.
and society doesn't talk about a lot of this stuff to begin with. And so thank God for musicians and artists that put it out in music for us to consume, because I feel like we're not having that dialogue enough with just our regular friends. You know what I mean? So like, I just appreciate you being vulnerable enough to like put out that type of song.
Nah, for
and I
sure.
think that if you do have more in the vault, like,
Yeah, it's coming soon, man.
Yeah,
Gotta
coming
keep his
soon.
name alive no matter
Yes.
what.
And I think it's interesting to see like the right when it happened, a year later, and then a little further, kind of like perspectives.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
kind of interesting too to
No.
see like how your
Yeah, just the
perspective
growth
is.
and-
Yeah,
yeah,
you know
everything,
how
yeah.
it changes over time.
Yeah,
real.
because definitely over time you're gonna, you know, have a different perspective on the situation, right? It's
Yeah,
like
there's
I'm
stages of grief.
I'm at a way. I mean, because I mean, you know, Henry even lost his mom, so it's like,
Sorry for that, man.
yeah, it's you totally understand what it's
Yeah.
like to lose someone that's so close to you. You know what I mean? And it's
Literally.
like you're at a point where you're processing it probably way differently on a day-to-day basis, and you're able to look at it from a different lens or
Yep.
through a different lens. You know what I mean? So yeah, we appreciate that as listeners, because seriously,
Thank you guys, man.
because we're going through it. Everyone's going through
Something.
like,
Yep.
you know,
Everyone's going through
exactly. You
something,
might
man.
hear that song and obviously relate to, you know, having lost your mom. I'm looking at it having lost my aunt. Other people who haven't lost someone are looking at like, oh God,
They
like,
lost their job, like whatever.
or
like-
just how would I feel if I lose that? How will
Right.
I feel when I do? Because death's
that too.
inevitable. We're gonna lose someone.
True.
Exactly. And then it's just like, even if they didn't lose someone, but let's say they have a sibling and the relationship isn't the best, like my music is like, yo, heal. Go talk to your loved one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go make it right with the person that you know you want to be with for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Go get right with yourself. Like it's just, yeah, man. That's
No.
why I'm in this. I feel like that's my purpose. Like that's my purpose from God. Like
That's huge. And
For sure.
I hope you continue to deliver on that purpose for sure. So,
Thank you.
you know, we talk about the whole brick by brick thing. And I
Right.
think that is basically a testament to like, this is real life artist development happening right before our fucking
Literally.
eyes. No pun intended, artist development. You know, thank you for that. It
Nice.
makes it a lot, you know,
Nice.
punnier around here. So I feel like you're doing it the way that it has to be done in today's music industry, right? So a lot of people think that it's the responsibility of the big record label to develop artists.
They don't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah,
No.
no.
It's your fucking job, along with whoever it is that you can surround yourself with.
Your team, man.
Your
It's all
team.
about your team.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure you have a strong team. Like
Yeah.
a strong team, a team that believes in you and believes in the vision for everyone. Like for me, it's not just about me. It's about everybody.
Yeah.
Fame, Andy, Zoo, Kev, my videographers, my supporters. It's about all of us. Like, I don't just do it for me. You know, like, you really got to be selfless when building your team. Like, yeah.
Independent artist is a funny word because the biggest independent artists have huge teams.
Yeah. And it also, like, independent is such a fucking lie in the fact that it sounds like you're actually doing it alone when you're just not doing it with a quote unquote label. It's like you're doing it still with support.
Yeah, no. I have my support, like, outside of my team. I have like my family, like my moms and my siblings. Like, they come to everything. They know every song. They sing every lyric. Like, that's needed, you know?
Yeah.
And then with my team, it's just like, yeah. I just love our team. I feel like we crazy. Like, but we do everything ourselves though, you know? Like,
yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like, we don't get any help. Like, we don't get any help, any funding. Like, everything, we do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And it can be done.
It can be done.
But it does take, you have to find the people that are willing to support you in the beginning stages because, like, there's plenty of people that only will work for a certain amount of paycheck, whatever it is the case may be. But there's plenty of people out there who are super talented people that will help you in your early stages of your career.
For sure.
And I think that, like, you've found a really great support system. So,
and I'm blessed, man, because they believed when nobody else did. And that's the biggest thing for me. Like, they didn't wait for sober.
Those are the ones you keep
around.
around.
They helped me get to sober.
Because a lot of people will approach you now. Those are the ones you keep, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm never getting rid of my dogs.
Yeah.
Big intro, man.
Yeah. So let's talk about the intro, right? So let's talk about the process of, like, you, I hate, like, saying it this way, but kind of it is, like, getting discovered by the people that you're, now working with, if you will.
So I had seen something on Instagram, like, submit your song, to be invited, like, to the studio or whatever. But I'm thinking that when I submit my song, I'll get free studio time. Because at the time, I couldn't really afford studio time, So I submit my song Secrets. And I was already following Fame on Instagram. I don't even remember how I found her. Somebody tagged her. I can't remember. I would have to, like, go through.
She looked important.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Oh, I knew she was important when I followed. I don't even remember how I followed her either.
I think she was in a picture with Diddy's sons at the time.
There you go.
I think that's how, it has to be, like, on the beach or something. I would have to go look.
That sounds like Fame.
I think so. So
with some fruity drink in hand, you know what I'm saying? And some money, maybe like a stack of 100. You know what I'm saying?
Money spread.
Nah.
Yeah, she definitely had some money.
So I submitted my song and I got an invite to the studio or whatever. And when I got to the studio, it's like 50 other people in there. I'm so confused.
Oh, man.
I'm so lost. I don't know what's going on. I'm
here.
like, fuck it, I'm here. Though.
I'm here for the session.
Literally, I'm not about to
They're
leave.
like,
So
that's not it.
right. So I'm standing in there and then I'm just standing around and Fame came out of the studio room and she was like, oh, I've been waiting on you. And pointing at me.
Oh, shit.
I start sweating. Oh, shit. What the fuck? I know what's going on. So, like, while I'm in there, I'm just, like, talking to everybody, and I learned, like, share manager and everything like that. I'm like, cool. That's fire. Like, all right, cool. For me. So then I did, like, a little interview in a different room. They just asked me, some simple questions. Where you from? Whatever. So then I went into the main room. It was, like, Fame and, like, maybe 6 other people, some videographers, her team at the time or whatever. So I'm playing music for them. They loved it. I left, and the next day they had me back at that same studio. We did my song Closure, the first song we did together. We did that in one session. She had, producers pull up. We in there, we locked in. They stayed with me the whole time. And from there, we just stayed, together. Like, we stayed together.
Did you ever think that, like, that was going to happen that way? Like,
no.
Yeah.
At the time, like, I'm not thinking anything. Like, I'm not expecting anything. I'm not,
you might not even know that's
for a manager.
thing.
Like, I'm just doing anything.
It's such a bizarre.
I'm just singing and putting it out.
Yeah.
That's
It's such a bizarre story, right?
Nobody has
like,
the same story. It's so funny.
It's literally, she thought that she was just getting a free block of hours for a studio session. Like,
I really did.
And then now you can't get rid of her as your manager. You know what I'm saying? You're stuck with her.
Yeah.
God bless her.
Glued to my hip.
Yeah,
right.
Literally. So, throughout this artist development process, because obviously that's kind of how you got discovered, and started working with Fame and the team. But, like, what would you say are maybe the few things that you feel most proud of when it comes to your own development, right? Like, what's been developed?
I feel like my consistency has been developed.
Major.
Like I used to think I could just post a song and that's it, and it was just gonna go crazy.
Jokes.
You guys,
Right.
you guys wish.
I learned.
You guys fucking
learned.
wish.
No one cares
learned.
about your one post out now.
Yeah,
No one
the
fucking
worst.
cares.
Just dropped. It's like, fuck you, scroll.
Damn,
Nah,
bro.
literally,
That's how people feel. Not me necessarily.
literally.
but
Oh, okay. It
That's how it
sounded a
be.
little bit like
you got to be more clever than that.
You do,
Sure.
for sure. So the consistency, what
My
else?
consistency, my
Because you're consistent as I would like definitely
Thank you,
tip
man.
my hat to the consistency. That's something
Thank you.
Werbo's proud of too.
Yeah.
So content creators, if you're a podcaster out there, that shit's important too, because it's not just to do with the music. Like anything, you got to be on their fucking ass. Like,
Yeah.
because we have short attention spans.
all right. I feel like what also developed was just my artistry in general, like the way I make my music, the way I sing my music, and just me like living in that artist mode all the time. Like I even tell people, yo, just call me artist. Like don't even call me Erica, because Erica's my real name. Just call me artist. It's like I'm feeling more confident in myself as an artist now. I feel like that was definitely developed, and I love where I am right now. And I mean, it could get better, of course. Like it's always a way to be better. So yeah, consistency and just my artistry in general.
Did you? The second one, because the consistency is almost like objective of just like how consistent are you being, right? So that I get, but like, where do you think that confidence came from, right? Like, how did you develop that? Did you like study other artists? Did people like pump you up and motivate you, or like how did you shift that mindset, right?
Like, it was a mix of the support I was getting, plus the way it just felt being in the studio. Like it started to feel like, yo, I belong here. So yeah.
Start to lose some of that imposter syndrome. Maybe.
Yeah, like no more, like none of that. We don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Go in there and handle business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, the imposter syndrome's so real. I literally was talking about this with our community. Is that, man, I still feel that shit.
Yeah.
We're 150 episodes almost in, and like 5-figure followers everywhere, and million views under our belt, million accounts engaged in a month, whatever the fuck, all the vanity metrics. But it's like I still feel like a fraud of a podcaster sometimes.
No idea what we're doing.
Nah.
Yeah. So
That's doing a
it's
great
real.
job.
No, but it's real.
Thank
So I even someone like you who like started to maybe, see some success, like streams were going up, followers were going up, like you were working with people you probably had never thought you'd be able to work with, like a Troy Taylor, for example, like,
Right.
and still to be feeling that, I totally get it. So
Yeah.
the second you can overcome that, that's got to feel like freeing,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's still, like I said, it's still like a work in progress,
Of course.
Because like everything didn't happen so fast, but it happened so fast, like, with just me traveling and new supporters around. So it's like I had a time maybe like 2 months ago to a month ago where like it wasn't really much going on. So I had that time to just sit and, process everything that happened and just take that time. Like, and it's so crazy how it happened. Timing is so perfect because it happened right before the project. So I feel like that time was needed for me to be ready for what was to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm curious about when you say your songwriting and just the way you make music has developed. What's different about the average studio session now versus maybe like 3 years ago? Like what structurally like are you
I would
doing
say
different?
like for one, the time. I'll be in the studio all day. Especially like if nobody's trying to kick me out. Yeah. I'll be
hanging
here
out.
from sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
And just like I feel like if you listen to a song from before, like just lyrically, like I feel like you can just hear the confidence. You can just hear the difference. Like I talk about situations better now than I did before.
So it's
like,
almost an intangible. It's like inside of you almost.
Yeah, like yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, the time passing, like all of that just played a big part into everything. Like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's definitely easier said than done. But like even me feeling more comfortable here, like asking questions and keeping conversations going and like being on camera and like, to your point, being the actual artist that you're, signing up to be. You know what I mean? Like that, like when you can flick that switch on, that's when it starts to get fun. You know what I mean?
I'm having mad fun.
Yeah, that's when it starts to get fun of like, oh shit, I'm really out here doing this.
I'm having mad fun.
Yeah, no, we're loving it. Well, we have entered a final segment of the podcast, artist.
Okay.
Henry,
Ben, keep him entertained. I didn't bring the thing.
this is where you get to shine and you totally fucked up.
Shout out to Henry.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, exactly. So what are you most excited about though coming up?
I'm most excited about what's to come. Like I'm just, we had a strong first week, and I'm just looking forward to what each week is going to be like. Like although I'm looking forward to like, okay, what the next 6 months will look like, I'm also like excited, okay, what is tomorrow going to look like? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like lately every day we've been waking up to something new.
Yes.
Something more motivating. Something more like, all right, that happened, bet, let's go do that again, but twice the time.
It's literally like a book or like or like a TV show I'm watching right now. That's what it feels. I'm like,
and we need one.
On today's
We need one.
episode, on today's episode, the artist
needs
is
a TV
on
show.
2 playlist covers. On today's episode, the
I feel
artist
like
is
season 2 just started. I feel
yeah.
like.
right.
You know what I mean?
You
That's
know,
the kind of where we're at.
Right.
Summer Walker's co-signed the artist. Like that's how I feel. Like it's like today's episode or something. You know. So yeah, I totally get it for sure. So are you good now?
Yeah, we're good. We're here.
Like you got. I mean, he only has he's got a lot of jobs. Really,
I did, and
but
I used. We won't talk about it. Just I get a pass for this.
yeah, okay.
Artist.
Don't let it happen again. You know what I mean?
Artist, this is the rapid fire rampage.
Let's go.
Everyone's favorite segment. It's
Let's do
broken
it.
down into 3 parts. I'll explain them as we go. We're just going to start with some short answer questions. Are you buckled up?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Seatbelt is on.
That's right. You can ask anyone alive or dead 1 question. Who is it, and what do you ask?
I'm gonna ask Bill Gates for like $10 million.
Hey,
Like Bill.
Hey, Bill. Let me hold something.
We're bringing R&B back.
Bill, let me get some money.
Yeah.
Artist, 3 tips for other artists trying to make better music and get noticed. What would you tell like someone just starting?
Be yourself. Be consistent. And if you're religious, I would say put your trust in God.
Fire.
Even if you're not, just like try it. You know,
Yeah,
it
try
might
it out.
work.
Or just have faith in something.
Yeah.
Yeah, have
you know?
faith.
This segment is called Ideal Audio. We're going to craft the perfect song. You can
Okay.
pick 2 producers and 3 artists to make the perfect song. You can be one of the artists, but
I would hope she would want to be.
give us 2 producers and 3 artists, 1 on the hook, 1 on the first verse, 1 on the second verse, and create the perfect song.
All right, so for producers, I'm going Hitmaker
Yes.
Perfect.
and Troy Taylor.
Oh,
For artists, I'm going. Who would I want to open up this song? Brent Faiyaz opens up the song.
oh, come on.
Heat.
I go in the middle of the song,
Okay.
and Summer Walker closes us out.
Jesus.
Sounds like a Grammy to me.
Yes,
It sounds like
Multi-platinum
we should.
record.
It's like
It's gonna happen, guys. We're manifesting that.
We might be
Manifest.
able. I mean, just saying.
Yeah,
Make it happen?
I know Brent Faiyaz' manager.
All right, well.
call. Let's get to it.
I
We
was
actually
like,
have a connection to
well,
Summer, too.
I don't know. I know his
Yeah,
friends.
okay.
You know what I mean.
Let's move on.
We can get to him. We can get to Brent Faiyaz.
Yeah,
all right?
let's get to him.
We're getting to Brent.
He's 2 degrees. If you could steal anyone's voice, who would it be?
Jasmine Sullivan.
She's thought about that.
Yeah, clearly.
I was quick. Like
She's very good at
Jasmine,
this so
watch
far.
out. Like
You want to know what? I saw her perform live not too long ago, and oh my goodness,
Yeah.
like I loved her already
where'd you see her?
at the Prudential Center. She was
Okay.
on tour. She had took it was supposed to be her, Queen Naija, and Janae Aiko, but Janae Aiko couldn't make it, so it was her, Ari Lennox, and Queen Naija. Tone Stiff was there as well. Yeah.
Yeah, shut up.
She
That's
is
how you
amazing.
pronounce Janae Aiko.
I haven't. Listen,
Everyone says it different.
I was like Jane Aiko. I don't fucking know how you pronounce
That's
it.
wrong.
when I meet her, I'll find out. Let you guys know.
Okay, but
Janae.
for this next one, we're gonna need your phone. If you could pull that out for
Okay.
us. And we're gonna open up the gram,
Okay.
and you are going to read us your last DM.
My last DM
Uh-huh.
is this project. That's crazy. This project surpassed the vibe check. So proud of you, gang.
Oh.
And is that a
Yes.
screenshot of them listening to it right there?
Yeah, it's a screenshot I'm listening to. Well, they
Fire.
tagged me in their story, but
Damn.
yeah.
Listen, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah.
So with some like
Artist-
juicy gossip. But like,
Yeah, I mean, she didn't reply to my last DM, but it's okay.
Yeah, listen, let me tell
After
you something.
today, hopefully, maybe.
No,
Let me
If
tell
you
you
did,
something,
you
man.
won't.
It gets crazy.
I know.
It gets
Believe it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Believe it. Okay.
Too crazy for Ben. I don't know. I mean, whatever. Jesus. Thought I was part of
family,
the But then I was
Ben.
like, I thought I was part of the family at this point.
You
Jesus.
family, Ben.
We hadn't done the interview yet, to be fair. So, the last part is the cosign corner presented by Guayaquil Yerba Mate. Artists, this is your chance to just shout out a couple of people that are upcoming, that you're really excited about. Just shout out some up and comers that us and our audience should check out.
Shout out my boy Fergie Baby out of Harlem.
Suburban's going crazy.
Big intro. Well, I wouldn't say Amari Noel. I wouldn't say she's like upcoming. She's up here already.
It's okay.
Shout out to her. Another one.
All right, Khaled.
Well, she's been putting God did in all of her posts.
Cappuccino.
Nothing pops up right away to my head. I would have to look because I've been so like focused on my music. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been focused so much.
Yeah. Is there like a producer, videographer, any other creative designer, anything else like that?
That's kids. I'm gonna shout out my boy Loaded Up Carl.
Yeah.
Out in Miami. Shout out my boy Bobsled out in Atlanta.
Yeah, I feel like Loaded Up Carl was on like a bunch of the records, right?
Yeah, we did 3 and all 3 made the project.
Yeah,
fire.
That's why I was like, I definitely recognize the tag like that.
He's good though. Like he's great. He got music like Kodak Black, Lil Durk.
That's an impossible rate as a producer, by the way, to make 3 songs and they all make the project. That's like
it's 50%, right?
And
is it
50 is still too high,
is it 6
bro.
songs? How many songs is it?
10.
Oh, 10. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was saying
10 songs?
30%. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Okay, that was part 1. Very good. Part 1.
She's doing great.
Very good.
Yeah, I'm very impressed.
Let's see how it evolves into the this or that portion. I'm going to give you 2 choices. All you got to do is pick one.
Do you think she's Hall of Fame? Like,
Yes,
eligible
eligible so far.
For sure.
Depends on the last 2 parts. though.
Okay, cool.
Starting with harmonies or ad-libs?
Harmonies.
Hooks or verses?
Hooks. But I'm a verse person, so yeah.
TikTok or YouTube?
TikTok.
Early morning meeting or late night session?
Late night session for sure.
Margarita or backwoods?
Margarita me, please.
Damn, we should have had tequila on deck. Right?
That was your job.
She was happy about that
Yes,
one.
I love
She's getting one
margaritas.
after this interview.
Right.
Amen.
Clear the sample or drop it anyway?
Clear the sample. Oh my gosh. Please, we don't need no
problems.
problem.
She's like the only one that's answered that type of question.
But I'm not
this
gonna
way, by the way.
lie. I'm not gonna lie. If the sample is a bit big, I'm dropping it.
So a little bit of both.
There's a dollar amount that she's not
yeah.
crossing over.
Yeah, for sure. Musk or Zuckerberg?
Zuckerberg.
And finally, change your name for a favorable record deal with Universal or remain independent.
Remain independent.
Fuck that. I'm the fucking artist.
Wow.
God damn.
Wow.
Y'all can't change me, UMG.
Wow.
Fuck y'all. I love that.
No, not me.
Well,
Nah. Yeah.
not fuck UMG. I
changing my
didn't
name.
mean it like that. But
Nah.
No, he meant it. He meant that shit. Stand 10 toes down,
man.
bro.
I didn't answer the question.
Intro,
This is just a question.
Nothing's changing.
Yeah,
For sure. Love
okay.
that. A very fast part 2 as well.
Damn, bro.
It's all coming down to this
She's
final part.
crushing.
This is the word association. Artist, I'm going to say one word, and all you got to do is say the first word off the top of your head right back at me.
Okay.
Here we go. Starting with R&B.
The artist.
Bro, that's the first time you haven't done hip
Started
hop,
with hip
bro.
hop. I know, I changed it up.
Just because she's an R&B artist doesn't mean you
Can I
can't
have my-
said hip hop, bro.
Can I do my rampage?
He's literally always said, and like always, hip hop. That's
You're
always his
literally-
first word, and he just changed
You're
it.
literally fucking up her Hall of Fame run right now. So
Well, you
shut the
just
fuck
fucked it up by changing the first word of the third part.
Okay.
So
Moving on.
yeah, well,
Hurricane.
Katrina.
Ranch.
Dressing.
Cryptocurrency.
I don't know.
me neither.
Podcast.
One more time.
See, she did her homework, bro.
LeBron.
James.
Lobster.
Tail.
Gray.
Burgundy.
Fax machine.
Copies. I don't know.
Barbie.
Movie.
Lil.
Wayne.
Art.
Cos.
Let's go!
Finally, someone got the fucking last
damn.
word. You've been on like a offer streak, bro.
That
was-
got
dude,
the,
she's
got
a Hall
the
of Famer.
archives at the
She's a
end.
Hall of Famer.
Speed impeccable.
fucking Hall of
All
Famer.
3 parts.
Bro, she's a star.
That was amazing.
She's a star.
Archives.
Wow.
man.
Yo, appreciate you coming on.
Nah, thank you.
You
I'm
are
happy. I had mad
family,
fun.
even though you didn't respond to my DMs. It's fine. As always,
really salty.
please like, comment, and subscribe. It
Yes,
helps
y'all
us out
like,
a
comment,
lot.
subscribe.
And share this interview with a friend if you fuck with it.
And hey, click that fuck. Oh, I just muted my mic.
Yo, hey, just
Shout
stay
out to
muted.
Henry.
And hey, click that fucking bell too so you get notified when we upload new videos.
Absolutely. And
You
until
little
next
bitch.
week.
Fucking bell.
Until next week, Henry, what are we doing?
We're getting out of here.
We're getting the fuck out of here.
All right, man. Love.
Go stream
Appreciate you
archives.
guys.
Peace.
Thank you.
Pop that shit like one more time. They pop that one more time. Pop that shit like one more time. They pop that one more time. Oh.